Why did 70,000 people suddenly erupt into deafening cheers before a single note of music was even played? For a brief moment, nobody could explain it. The giant screens inside the stadium were still dark except for the shimmering countdown clock. Thousands of light sticks painted the venue in waves of purple, stretching endlessly across every section. Fans from Spain, France, Italy, Germany, South Korea, Japan, the United States, and dozens of other countries had gathered for one purpose: to witness the second night of SUGA's unforgettable concert in Madrid. Everyone expected another spectacular performance. Nobody expected history. The warm summer air drifted gently through the open stadium as conversations blended into a constant hum of excitement. Camera shutters clicked without pause. Every few seconds another fan shouted SUGA's name, hoping somehow he would hear from backstage. "He was incredible yesterday," a young Spanish fan whispered to her friend while adjusting her army bomb. "I don't think he can surprise us anymore." Her friend smiled. "You never know with Yoongi." They laughed. Neither of them realized those words would become the defining sentence of the evening. Backstage, the atmosphere contrasted sharply with the roaring anticipation outside. Staff members moved quickly between equipment racks, checking microphones, in-ear monitors, stage lifts, and lighting cues for the final time. Every detail had been rehearsed repeatedly. SUGA stood quietly in front of a mirror. He wasn't looking at himself. He seemed to be thinking. His stylist carefully adjusted the sleeves of a red and white striped football jersey, hanging neatly beside his stage outfit. One staff member hesitated. "Are you absolutely sure?" SUGA looked toward the jersey. A small smile slowly appeared. "I think they'll like it." No one asked another question. The decision had already been made. Outside, the countdown reached 60 seconds. The audience began chanting, "SUGA, SUGA, SUGA." Each chant grew louder than the last, until the stadium itself seemed to vibrate. Thousands of smartphones rose into the air simultaneously. Millions of fans around the world joined live-stream discussions, refreshing social media every few seconds, eager to discover what surprises Day 2 might hold. Most predictions centered around the setlist. Some wondered whether he would perform an unreleased arrangement. Others speculated about a surprise guest. No one guessed the truth. Backstage, SUGA closed his eyes for just a moment. Madrid had welcomed him with overwhelming warmth on the first night. The cheers, the singing, the endless ocean of purple. He wanted to give something back. Something simple. Something meaningful. Something local. His fingers gently brushed across the Atlético Madrid jersey one final time. "It isn't about football," he quietly told one of his staff members. "It's about respect." The stage manager raised 3 fingers. 3, 2, 1. Darkness swallowed the stadium. An explosion of fireworks illuminated the Madrid skyline. The opening VCR thundered across the massive screens, accompanied by cinematic music that instantly sent chills through the audience. Thousands screamed at once. Purple lights danced wildly across every section. Smoke rolled across the enormous stage as hidden platforms slowly rose from beneath. Then, silence. For barely 2 seconds. The silhouette appeared. Even before the spotlight found him, the stadium exploded. SUGA. The sound was almost impossible to describe. It wasn't simply loud. It was emotional. People laughed. People cried. People hugged complete strangers. The opening songs ignited the stadium exactly as everyone expected. SUGA's commanding rap, razor-sharp choreography, and effortless charisma reminded everyone why his solo tour had become one of the year's most talked-about concerts. Every transition flowed perfectly. Every beat landed with precision. Madrid sang every lyric back to him. Even fans who spoke little Korean somehow knew every word. Hours seemed to pass in minutes. Then came the first costume change. The lights dimmed. Video interlude. Fans eagerly discussed what might happen next. He'll probably wear the black leather jacket again. I heard there might be a new outfit. I wonder if today's encore will be different. Backstage, stylists gathered around SUGA once more. Instead of reaching for another luxury stage costume, he reached for the football jersey. The room became unusually quiet. One stylist carefully helped him put it on. Bright red, clean white stripes. The unmistakable colors instantly transformed his appearance. He looked into the mirror. Not like a global superstar preparing for another performance. Just like someone excited to surprise friends. He nodded. Let's go. Seconds later, the platform beneath him slowly began rising toward the stage. Above him, the audience remained completely unaware. As the platform emerged through the smoke, the spotlight hit. For perhaps half a second, nobody noticed. Then one fan near the front gasped. "Oh my God!" Another fan pointed toward the stage. "Wait! Is that?" The realization spread faster than wildfire. "It's Atlético. He's wearing Atlético. Look!" The stadium erupted with an entirely different kind of roar. The cheers became almost uncontrollable. People jumped from their seats. Spanish fans placed their hands over their mouths in complete disbelief. Some laughed. Some cried. Others simply stared at the stage, unable to believe what they were seeing. SUGA smiled. Not a dramatic smile. Just a warm, genuine one. He waved casually. The reaction became even louder. For several seconds, the music was nearly drowned out by thousands upon thousands of ecstatic voices echoing across Madrid. Phones instantly filled social media. Videos spread within minutes. Comments appeared faster than anyone could read them. He's wearing Atlético. Madrid is going crazy. This is iconic. I was there. Across Europe. Across Asia. Across America. Armies watched clips repeatedly, amazed at how one simple gesture had united music fans and football supporters in a single unforgettable moment. SUGA continued performing as though nothing unusual had happened. But everyone inside the stadium understood. This wasn't merely about fashion. It wasn't about choosing one football club over another. It was a gesture that acknowledged the city, its culture, and the passion of the people standing before him. Every smile in the audience seemed just a little brighter. Every chorus sounded just a little louder. The emotional connection between artist and fans had become something far greater than a concert. It had become a shared memory, one that nobody inside that stadium would ever forget. And unbelievably, the biggest surprise of the night had not happened yet. For several long moments, the deafening cheers refused to fade. SUGA stood beneath the brilliant white spotlight, the red and white Atlético Madrid jersey catching every beam of light as thousands of phones captured the unforgettable scene. Even members of his live band exchanged quick smiles. They had rehearsed every song countless times, but no rehearsal could have prepared them for a reaction like this. The music resumed, yet the audience continued chanting his name. Y-O-N-G-I. 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 Their voices echoed through every corner of the stadium, creating a rhythm almost as powerful as the drums themselves. SUGA paused for a brief second, placing one hand over his heart before giving a respectful bow. That simple gesture made the crowd even louder. Near the front row, a father who had brought his teenage daughter wiped away tears without embarrassment. "I've been an Atlético supporter all my life," he said with a smile. His daughter laughed softly. "And tonight you're also an army." "I think I am." Around them, strangers hugged one another as if they had known each other for years. Music had erased every barrier of language, nationality, and age. Some fans had traveled thousands of kilometers simply to experience this concert, never imagining they would witness a moment that would dominate social media within minutes. As another song began, giant LED screens displayed breathtaking visuals of galaxies, flowing rivers of purple light, and cinematic landscapes. Against those vivid backgrounds, the Atlético jersey stood out even more clearly. Every time the camera zoomed in on SUGA, another wave of cheers swept across the stadium. Meanwhile, outside the venue, fans who had been unable to buy tickets gathered around giant screens set up by nearby cafes and restaurants. Some stood on sidewalks while others crowded into outdoor terraces, watching every second together. Then someone noticed the jersey.